Okay, so today we're going to continue our happy birthday series. This is going to be our second one, and on this one we're going to be doing a little coloring. So I'm using the Saturated Canary stamp named Nevia. She's one of my favorites and I tend to use her a lot. And right now we're using Ranger watercolor paper and archival Ranger black ink, jet black. And we're going to use the Zig Clean Color brush pens. And we're going to start with doing the flesh tone. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that way you can see what I'm coloring. And I started out with the one that they've actually deemed flesh tone and just kind of laid it down. And I'm just taking my water brush pen to smooth it out. The next color I'm using is actually called, I believe it's Oatmeal, and I'm just making it, you know, my darker spots and my shadows. And then I'm going to focus on the dress itself. And what I like to do when it comes to markers and watercolors, I like to put a dark line on an edge and then bring it out lighter. So you can see that's what I'm doing here on the dress. I like the darker line at the bottom of the dress and then bring it up so that it fades. It starts to fade. And normally I do my first round, which you're seeing here, and then sometimes I like to go back and try and grab more color so that way it gets a little bit darker on the bottom. And I did the same thing here on the waist. And now we're just doing the top of the bodice. Draw the darker line up top where the shadows would be and then pull the color down. Now on the shoes, I want the shoes to be black, but I find with the Zig pen, the black, you'll lose details with it. So what I decided to do was do my dark line and then just bring the color out so it gives it a little bit gray and you can still see details. Now as far as the stockings here, what I did was I just put that little bit of black and then I'm letting the water in the pen pull the black towards the other side. And then we're going to do the same thing with the red. And that's probably one of my favorite methods to use. And with the Zig pens, they make it very easy to color with. They blend very well on color paper, on water paper, excuse me. So now I'm just darkening the under part of her dress and then using the same water brush to kind of just smooth out the coloring. I wanted some spots to be light, some to be dark. What I tend to do is, I don't have them on my desk today, but I like to also take the stickles and put that around there to give it extra sparkle. Now on the hair, I'm using Oatmeal, and then I go back in and I use brown. So it's at a combination of those two colors. To me, it actually made it more of a reddish tone to her hair. But all I'm doing is laying down the color and then using the brush to spread it out. And anywhere where I can't get the water to expand to, I just put a little bit more color and then bring it up. So that way it kind of creates a natural highlight and, you know, makes the color of the hair interesting. I just put the same red on her lips. And then for her eye color, I used a green pen that I happened to be laying next to me. So I just grabbed it real quick and colored it. Now before, you probably didn't see it, but I had a little bit of a smudge. So I fussy cut the picture out. And then I used my black pen to go around the edge. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to just leave her on top of the black or if I wanted to put her on top of white. And I kind of liked how the layered look looked, so I go ahead and I'm just taping her down to the white piece of paper I'd cut out. And after I lay her down, I'm going to go ahead and tape that whole piece to the card itself. Now for the happy birthday that I'm going to be putting on the front of the card, I'm using two Stampin' Up! Punches. And right here you see I am getting ready to ink up and stamp the happy birthday using the VersaFine ink. And I find once you stamp it, it's easy to turn the punch over, line it up, and then punch it out. And you get it even every time. Alright, so now we're just going to glue that down on the paper. And really, the card could have been done there. But I was like, I think I want to add a little bit more. So what I did was I took stars from a happy birthday set from Simon Says Stamps. And I decided to put 2 pink stars. And then on the smaller star, I decided to put that in black ink, just to give it some contrast. Alright. And we're still not done. So I decided to get the Wink of Stella clear brush pen. And we're going to add just a little bit of sparkle. Now these pens are really good because it dries really quick. And it gives just enough. So if you're someone who doesn't particularly like glitter or things that are overly sparkle, then this brush pen would really work out best for you. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this card. If you did, please just leave comments down below and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. I'm just starting up here at YouTube, and I'm really interested in growing and, you know, seeing how far we can go. You guys have a great weekend. Take care.